Okay, so we've looked at wave particle duality, which just means sometimes things act like waves, sometimes things act like particles. Now, what we want to see is which of these phenomena are best described using waves, and which are best described by using particles, and which can be described by both. Now, reflection is one that can be pretty well described by both. Okay, so we can think of a wave going in against a solid surface and being reflected out, or we can think of these little photons as particles, almost like snooker balls bouncing off a cushion. So it can be described by both. Now, um, this is a little bit contentious. Refraction, as far as you're concerned, can only be described by a wave. Some people would say it can be described by particle theory. Newton made a case for it, but was proven quite wrong. There's a thing called quantum electrodynamics that suggests that we can explain it using this. In the textbook, it's given as both. In the exam, that answer was marked wrong last year. So you stick with wave for refraction. Diffraction then is a wave property. Interference, Young's double slits, is the one that kind of ended the argument back in the 1600s about where was light a wave. One we've left out there is polarization, which is a wave-like property. But meanwhile, the photoelectric effect can only be explained using our photon model with little particles of light, and the emission and absorption spectra of atoms is where these are all applying for waves acting as particles, as photons. So you can see for some of them reflection can be both, we can use either. For the majority of them, waves act like waves, so refraction, diffraction, Young's double slits, interference, and polarization. And then sometimes we need to use the photon model, which is with the photoelectric effect and the emission and absorption spectra. We could add to this as well things like particles behaving like particles and particles behaving like waves. So the electron diffraction experiment above is where we have particles acting like waves. Okay, that wraps up this booklet. Girls, you should also be trying the questions from the textbook and the question book as well on top of this, and your past paper packs too. And if you have any trouble with them, either just drop me an email or else just post something in the collaboration space might be the best place for it, or in your own personal areas in here. Okay, thank you.